morning. I comes in, I just put my bag down, I know what I gotta do, I just go and start packing.
Coming into NEBHDCo and being at this food pantry and watching people get on that line and wait for hours and hours before the pantry even opens, it's eye-opening. It's a choice pantry, so it's all healthy food based on a point system, vegetables and fruits, dairy and protein, and then grains.
They go in just like there's in a supermarket, that you're spending your own money. You look at your card and see how many points you have.
When folks are hungry, you don't know, where they're coming from or how their days are going. We wanted bright colors. We wanted people to feel good when they came in and they were shopping.
Having a place where people have dignity is very important. It's not always their fault that they can't afford fresh produce. It's not always their fault that they can't afford a decent meal. It could be a number of reasons why people can't eat.
When they first started fruits and vegetables, they actually stand there and wait for me to take the product off the shelf. And I encourage them to just help themselves.
Going to the store is an experience by itself. I enjoy shopping and looking for foods and different things, finding things that I've never used before.
We want folks to feel that they have information, they have knowledge, they have resources. They can become leaders and change agents. So we have one of our NEBHDCo trained community chefs doing a free cooking demonstration.
If I'm in the kitchen and they see me and they're like, oh, she looks like a regular person, and I can do the same thing. And some people will go, I don't want to eat that. I've never eaten that before. And you're like, well, just taste it. And then they're like, oh, this is good.
Some days when I was stationed at the protein section, we didn't have any chicken, or we didn't have any fish, or we didn't have any beef, or we didn't have any protein in that section. And I sort of thought, this is kind of nuts. We need to figure out a project where we can grow our own food and we can source our own pantry and we can give people living wage jobs and we can kind of bring it all together. When the pantry first opened, for example, we sourced the pantry from our urban garden in the back, and that was really cool.
Aquaponics is a system of growing fish and vegetables in a recirculating water environment. Whoever thinks of fish farming, and especially in Brooklyn. Very natural, very organic. The only thing you're doing is feeding your fish. And by feeding your fish, you're also feeding your plants.
Yemi is working with us very closely. She has designed the aquaponics farm. She's going to build it 7 blocks south here of the pantry.
The water, the fish, the plants, the nutrients, all that's going on is a very delicate balance, but it is so simple to set up and it's very simple to teach.
People are just interested in growing food and want to learn how to grow food and want to feel more empowered. There's dignity in having power over what you eat.
In this area, people tend to eat what's around them. Most times you're stuck with fast food. You have a lot of obesity and children are getting early onset diabetes and diseases that they could be avoiding if the food was healthier. All of our communities could do better for those areas that are considered food deserts.
Starting with the pantry and all of the services that are there for the community, we're hoping to take this last piece and start to grow food to source the pantry, but to also teach the people in the community.
We'll start out small with our small pilot program, and our goal is to then move to a much larger space.
We can grow food anywhere, and we can take any piece of land and turn it into a thriving ecosystem.
We think it's a bridge between the pantry, our work here at the pantry, and our Communities for Healthy Food initiative. We're hoping eventually that the aquaponics farm will be self-sustaining.
Oftentimes people feel that they don't have the power to make a difference in their neighborhoods, but you do. Young people come here, and while they're learning to cook and while they're learning to farm, they're also learning leadership skills that they can impact how their friends eat, how their families eat.
It's boundless, and it all comes together and it all fits together.
Every city in this country could have aquaponics and a food pantry and a place where this model can be set up.
It's like, I need to do more. We need to do more. We need to, because I'd like to see the shelves filled all the time. It's just important work that really needs to be done.